Capper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Santa Anita Park here on Saturday. It is the 28th of December 2024. Gonna look this featured six race from the Great Race Place. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the six from Santa Anita, which is the Joe Hernandez Stakes. It's a grade two event going for a $200,000 purse race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 9 horses going to the hillside turf course, the distance of ground of about 1,300 meters, or the distance of ground of about 6.5 furlongs down the Santa Anita hillside turf course. I'm going to go with the 1 horse Air Force Red as the top selection. 1675 for me. And the superfecta. 1675 Super, top selection 1 horse Air Force Red, the 6-year-old originally by Air Force Blue. Leonard Powell trains, Juan Hernandez gets the mount. Who ran the horse most recently in the IDD Stakes locally here at Santa Anita, 6.5 down the hill on the 20th of September. And he went his second by 1 1/4 lengths that day, and he sat back early. He really had a great turn of foot late. He just missed a winner who just had the jump on him, but back down the hillside turf course, he ran his heart out. He's the kind of horse that fit perfectly for the IDD Stakes. A horse that was cutting back and trip and couldn't get 5 furlongs, just couldn't get a mile. 6.5 down the hill is what he wanted to do, and he ran his heart out with a decent buyer. Back here to these quality horses again today. I think he's sitting on a very good run. He ran two back an optional 100 at Del Mar, mile 16th in the end of August, and he won by a length that day. He sat on the front end, had some pretty pedestrian fractions for Southern California racing, but he flew home clear late. That was a very strong run for this horse there. And then the Wicker at Del Mar Mile on the 21st July, finished eighth by 11 lengths that day. He had a very wide trip that day, and he just kind of crumbled that day. He likes running here locally. He's 15 for 5 on this turf course, 8 for 4 over the trip. He had his only subpar race on this turf course was the San Simonium last year, where he just had a very, very unlucky wide trip. But he ran the Siren Lure 2 seasons ago, where he had a very good place that day. Came back to run the Jaipur in 23, his final start of the season there, where he just ran horribly. But he likes running locally, cutting back to 6.5 again. I think he could win. I think the 6 horse here, Motorist, for Phil Diamato and Antonio Forsu could win also. He ran most recently at Del Mar in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, where he finished second by a neck, closing up from nowhere late from the inside. That was a very strong run. Prior to that, in the Green Flash handicap at Del Mar over the 5, he won by 3/4 length and had a bit of a wide trip, but he flew home clear late. He's back to the hillside turf course for the first time in nearly 2 seasons. Most recent race down the hill in the San Simonian, he won 2 1/4 lengths with the 102 Pyre, which is one of his best buyers that day. He really ran his heart out. Since then, he's running some good races. His form, kind of dipped off at the beginning of this year, but it's been coming back to some decent form as of great recently. Back here to the hillside, training well in the Tapeta. I'm going to give him a shot in the late pick four that begins with the next race. So he's in the pick five here. But to recap my selection for the six from Santa Anita, it's a Joe Hernandez. Going to go with the 1 horse Air Force Red. Give kudos to the 6 horse Motorist. 1675 Super, 1 6 in the multi race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.